Well, hello, beautiful people. How are you today? Or tonight, or afternoon, or evening. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, students from all over the world. We are here for the first installment, one of two, for academic writing. My brain is still waking up. I need a little more coffee, but we are good to go. We are good to roll with our academic writing questions. So our premium subscribers have been emailing me excellent questions all week. I've been getting back. I've not responded the last 2 days because I've been in meetings. I just came from a meeting, actually. And we are ready to rock and roll now. Some of you were chatting it up beforehand, talking about thoughtful English concepts. And I asked the chat to come up with their best writing questions. We're going to go over writing, academic writing, and academic reading over the next 4 weeks is the plan. So we have everybody in the wonderful chat, Deary, Nora, Steve, Fatis, Aaron, Larissa, Kishore, Knowledge is Free, Sarbajit. We have, did I say French Leo? French Leo twice, maybe. We have Melvin. Melvin's in the house. Nora and Nora are here. We have, this is a name that I'm learning to pronounce. Bunignath, I think. Hopefully, if I'm not saying it correctly, let me know. Teach me. I'll teach you. You teach me. So we are all here to learn some new English today and practice our English. So please, this hasn't come up until last class, but keep it English in the chat. English only. I know we're tempted to use all the many languages we know. It's awesome. And learning multiple languages is very helpful in language learning and exciting and fun. But this is English hour. So English only, please. I almost said please in a couple other languages. So I will even resist. I will try to resist using other beautiful languages. We're going to practice English today. Daptu Soto, hello, how are you? JB, I didn't say hi. JB, how's it going? So let's get started here. And Caesar is here as well. We're going to jump right in. We're going to go into, let me bring up the lesson here for you. This is our landing page, the cafe. If you're a premium subscriber, you get to check all this out. Here's our live link. You can look at classes and whatnot here. I'll post it in the chat, but it's Smrt English, smrtenglish.com/live/live. 1 hour lessons with Canadian and American teachers. You get teacher marked assignments, quizzes, and exams, and an official Smrt English certification when you are done. You can get 1 month free trial, or you can pay for more. And these are your teachers. This is the wonderful Sean. He is an amazing, brilliant director up in Canada at our sister school, Canadian College of English Language, and also at the Canadian College, both fine institutions in Vancouver, Canada. Here is the goofy and wonderful Neil, who I hope shows up today in his Obi-Wan Kenobi robe, because today is May 4th, which is National Star Wars Day in America. We can make it World Star Wars Day. If you guys like Star Wars, May the 4th be with you. And this is some dork who they let teach classes also. So we're going to get started here with our lesson. I'm going to take attendance for our premium subscribers, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into class. So everybody's here and logged in. We're going to rock it today with some English for academic purposes. What is English for academic purposes? Well, it is the English level, and skill sets that you will need for academics, post-high school study, things like community college, university, or even the business world. So if you want to become a business executive, or if you already have a degree in your country and you want to work in a field of study or work, electrical engineering, mechatronics, aviation. We have a class specifically for aviation, but if you want to work in a specific field, business management, real estate, you will need a certain level of English that is more than just survival English, more than just functional travel English. That's good to have. Hello, goodbye, where's the bathroom? But you need a little bit more for business and academics. So fluency, excellence and fluency. We want you to speak, to write, to listen, to understand like a native English speaker. I come from the Pacific Northwest here, which is the ed tech capital of the world. We are pioneering English skill sets and education, pedagogy, methodology that hopefully will help the world perfect their English skills. So I'm glad to see everybody's here and chatting. French Leo wants to do business. What's your business, French Leo? I can only imagine what you might create or do. It'll be wonderful and amazing, and I look forward to it. Luana is here. This is your first class, Luana Brito. What's up, Luana Brito? Welcome. We are so happy to have you here. Everybody say welcome to Luana, please. And who else do we have here? A couple other comments. I'm just checking the chat as we go. I'll move this over just a little bit for me. What is the most difficult skill, Nor asks? What is the most difficult skill? So of those I listed, listening, speaking, reading, writing, pronunciation. Listening and pronunciation can be two of the most difficult skills. Listening can be very challenging. Native speakers speak quickly. A note about this class, I will speak at a native pace, a natural American English rate of speech. So I will speak normally 90% of the time in this class. But if I speak too quickly, you can simply ask me, Joshua, please slow down, or repeat what you just said about skills or whatever I just said. If you ask me to repeat, I always will. I think that is important. But I want you to become familiar with the native pace, a natural rate of speech. So I will speak naturally, as if you were my friends and family, because you guys are my friends. You're also my students, but you're my friends. We chat and talk on Facebook and stuff, and it's fun. Luana, you're welcome. Happy to have you in class. Glad you're here. Tell your friends. Okay, so you are wondering about improving your speaking if your vocabulary is poor. Practice. Use that vocabulary. Learn new vocabulary words every day, even if it's 2 words. If you learn 2 words per day, every day, there's 365 days in a year, you're learning, over 1,000 words in a year. You're going to learn more than that naturally anyway, but start with 1 a day, start with 2 a day, but use them 5 times each. If you're looking to build your vocabulary and you're speaking, make sure you learn 2 new vocabulary words, English vocabulary words. If you don't know where to find them, email me or message me on Facebook. I will give you 2 vocabulary words. I will choose 2 words that I like or 2 words that I think are useful, and I'll send them to you in a message. And your challenge, your homework is to use those 2 words 5 times each in speech. Call your friend. Say, I learned the word mellifluous. I learned the word arcane. I don't know. I'll give you something functional. I learned the word entrepreneur. That's a functional word. Entrepreneur is someone who is starting a business. Someone who wants to start a new business. So, entrepreneur, go use that word 5 times. Speak that word. Mimic my voice. Try to sound like I sound when I say the word. Entrepreneur. It's a difficult word to say. It's French in origin, but entrepreneur is going to be useful. So practice it, use it, learn it, love it. Dapu Soto, if you feel like you're poor in everything, if you feel like you struggle in different skills, don't worry about it. Don't worry about where you struggle. Look for where you can improve. Think about it as you're thirsty and there's an empty glass. You can fill that glass with water or juice or whatever you like to drink. Opportunity, right? if we feel like we're struggling, we shouldn't focus on the struggle. We should focus on the opportunity to improve. Think about all the wonderful words you've yet to learn and get excited about learning them. That's the best part about education is, and being in this class with everybody. In your education, you have this opportunity. You can. There's a huge feast in front of you, and you're hungry. So it's exciting, right? It's that moment where there's delicious food set down in front of you, and you're hungry and you're ready to eat. So eat it up. Eat up the words. Practice. Eat up the opportunity for conversation here. This is what will help you improve. So don't feel bad about it. Feel hungry. Feel eager. Feel energetic, because that is all in front of you. All of this is ahead of you, and so there's plenty there. So if I were you, I'd be excited. I'm excited about learning new words and learning more English myself. I don't know every single English word that exists. I learn new words every day. My girlfriend Amy taught me a new English word just the other day. And I was like, that's a new one for me. I'm excited. It's awesome. It's a good feeling to learn new vocabulary. Okay, so we got to get started here. I've yet to see any writing questions. You guys have great questions about English, but we're focusing on writing today, academic writing. So what can you ask me about academic writing? Let's talk about some of the basics while you're asking your questions. The meaning of the word entrepreneur is a person. It's a person noun. An entrepreneur is a person who wants to start a new business or businesses, wants to start a new industry. So Steve Jobs was an entrepreneur, very famous entrepreneur. Bill Gates, entrepreneur. One of my favorites, Elon Musk, is a world famous entrepreneur. JB, yes, unfortunately, that's true too. Okay. Luana says, I can't understand whole words you are speaking, but you get ideas, right? So maybe you don't understand every single word I am speaking, but you understand the general idea. That's okay. Take notes and watch the video again. This is recorded and you can have it forever. Scary thought that I'm on YouTube forever. But you can watch the video again and listen again and look up the meanings of words or ask me. You have access to me, the person speaking the words, so you can email me or message me on Facebook or comment on YouTube, whatever you want, and learn the meaning of words. Okay. What are 3 topics that you guess that an English must to learn? El Salvador Positivo. Okay. What are 3 topics that a learner of English must learn, I think is what we mean there. 3 topics. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Do you mean 3 skills? 3 topics of conversation to practice? What would you like to know? I'm happy to answer your question, but I need a little bit more. If you can ask your question again, El Salvador, that'd be great, please. Sway Julian says, howdy, Neil. I'm Joshua, but thank you for saying hi to Neil. Maybe Neil's here. Maybe I missed him. Fadula, I know the word entrepreneur. Okay, so let's move away from the vocab, and let's ask questions about writing. I would like to know some questions about writing. As you're coming up with your questions, I'm going to go over a couple different topics related to writing. So I'm going to start at a lower lesson or a more advanced lesson because I think it's important. I'm going to talk about paragraph structure and And then we can get into sort of deeper topics or generalities, whichever direction you guys want to go in. This is why I need questions in the chat, so we can talk about the skills and the topics and issues that you guys need and want to discuss. This is your class. You who are listening and watching right now, I want to know what you need in your writing skills. But I'm going to start with paragraph structure, because paragraph structure is other than sentence structure, when we're talking about writing, we're talking about writing more than just one sentence, right? So writing skills, basic writing skills, starts with the alphabet and spelling and word formation, suffixes, prefixes, learning the word patterns, parts of speech, so it kind of edges into the grammar realm there. But the purpose of writing fundamentally is to convey meaning, right, without speech. Language is about communication. So I like to remind students that anytime you are writing something, you are intending that someone read it. You want to convey your meaning. You want to give meaning to someone else. And they then hopefully, through understanding, know your meaning. They get your meaning. So let's think about that. So we have, I need to move the chat here just a little bit, sorry. Okay. I'm just looking at your questions here to make sure I get them all. All right. Okay, so El Salvador restated his question. Thank you, by the way. Thanks. I'm trying to say topics like conjunction, gerunds, phrasal verbs. Oh, so you're talking about grammatical structures in English. Conjugation. So yes, it sounds like you're looking for topics within grammar. It depends on how new you are to English. I would start with tenses. First, make sure you've perfected past, present, future, and then simple, continuous, passive. Start there, and there's a lot there. You can do present, perfect, continuous, passive. You can create really strange grammar, future, passive, continuous, perfect, whatever. These different combinations. Sometimes when I would teach upper intermediate grammar, I would cut up different tenses and different grammatical structures. So past, present, future, and then I would cut up the words continuous, simple, passive, and I'd mix them all up and have students pick 2 or 3 and try to create really strange, silly sentences using vocab that we learned for the week. So practice those first, and then prepositions are good to study. Phrasal verbs are good to study. We talked about idioms and slang last class. Idioms are something you only learn through practice in English, interacting with native speakers. That's probably the best advice I can give you, is go interact. If you can, go live somewhere with native speakers. Come here to the US. Go to Canada, go to Australia, go to England, travel. If that's not available to you, join a class like this, or Skype with Americans, or join American conversation clubs that are online. Living in and around native speakers is the best. Find an American in your country and make friends. That's kind of the best advice I can give you, because you're going to learn the most from interacting with someone who has spoken that language their whole life. More questions. Can you sound out E and... Oh, so Sway is asking for pronunciation of the phonetic alphabet, International Phonetic Alphabet, the IPA. I can give you a resource later on. Send me an email, and I'll send you a couple links that will be helpful for you. Wissam says hi. Hi, Wissam. What's up? Writing skills for IELTS. Oh, okay, so IELTS writing skills. That's a good question, Ali. My advice would be to have a friend or teacher give you prompts and time yourself. So first, know that you have basic skills down, like this: paragraph structure, paragraph unity, transition sentences, general statements, and thesis statements. Once you have those down, time yourself. See what you can create with limitations. Put a little bit of pressure on yourself, like a time constraint. Set a timer. I have my students just go and Google timer, and you can set this for, start with 30 minutes, and then go down to 20 minutes, and then go down to 10, and see what you can create in that short of time based on a prompt given to you by a teacher or a friend who understands prompts, or just Google good IELTS and TOEFL writing prompts. I'm sure you could find some. So that first, understand the basic skills. Second, push yourself, test yourself. If you need help coming up with exercises like that, send me an email. I'm happy to help you. Okay. More questions. You guys have great questions. Paragraph is a group of sentences related to a topic. So Driss Zagari is asking a question or making a statement. Paragraph contains three main parts: topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentence. Yes, and depending on the paragraph, it could have a variation. So we have topic sentence, general information, and then concluding sentence, which the concluding and topic sentences are also, if they're in the middle of an essay, transition sentences. They connect ideas, they connect thoughts. So you have unity of the paragraph. One paragraph is like one topic or one idea when we write in English. The next paragraph is a related, possibly, but different topic, slightly different topic, or different focus about the same topic. And then conclusion. So conclusion sentence is sometimes a thesis or an allusion to a thesis, so sort of hinting at what the thesis will be. Sometimes the first paragraph of an essay ends with a question or a rhetorical question that we will receive an answer to in the thesis of the paper. IELTS essays, we do a whole class on IELTS, and if there's interest, maybe we could have an IELTS lesson here in academic writing, because IELTS is related to academics. Many of you have to take IELTS or TOEFL to get into university. Another way is to come through an ESL program like this, and then pathway into an American university. So you don't necessarily have to take the IELTS test or TOEFL test to study in the United States. You can come through an English program like ours here in Spokane, Washington, and you can study with us and then go to one of our university partners with no IELTS and no TOEFL, just straight from us to them, which is great. And I think it's a better way to prepare yourself with English before you enter university. IELTS and TOEFL are interesting tests, but not a measure of your true success when it comes to American academics, or English academics for that matter, North American academics. So I can talk more about IELTS and TOEFL later, but understanding English comes with knowing the basics, having the fundamentals down, so that it's second nature. You know the rules, you know the patterns and the exceptions, and you can communicate ideas. And then taking all of that knowledge and putting it to the focus of academics or business. Purpose of writing is putting our thoughts on paper. Yes, the purpose of writing is putting our thoughts on paper, but what do we do with that paper, Leo? Do we throw it away? Do we burn it? Do we just read it ourselves later? If you're writing, maybe you're even writing for yourself, a journal, a diary. those are things, it's writing for ourselves as the reader later on in our life. Sometimes we write just to get ideas out, but 99% of the time, I'll say, we write because we want someone to read it, whether that's ourselves or a bigger audience. Writing is done for readers. Someone will read your writing. So think about that while you're constructing your writing, that someone will read it. So you want to make sure your true thoughts are communicated. Connection words and transition words. Milos is talking about this. Yes, connection words and transition words. So we're going to talk about that in just a minute. So we looked at before in another class examples of an essay. Not necessarily this exact essay, but we have 3 sentences. We have point 1, support. So as someone said earlier in the chat, we have a topic sentence, we have details, and then we have a conclusion sentence. So generally, I tell my students, start with 5 sentences. The first sentence in your paragraph is your topic sentence. What is your paragraph about? Your second sentence, third, and fourth are support. So more details about your topic. And then your last sentence is your conclusion sentence for the paragraph. So it sort of wraps everything up together neatly. And often transitions to the next paragraph. So let's choose a topic. Let's say we are talking about movies. So my 5 sentence, I want to make sure you can see here, my 5 sentence paragraph is about movies. And my first sentence is, my favorite movie is a ninja movie called Neil versus the Son of the Dragon. So that's my favorite movie. I like this movie because it has great action scenes. I also think that the actors are really skilled, and the cars in the movie are really cool. This is why I have seen Neil versus Son of the Dragon 15 times this week. So you know the main idea. It's all connected, right? I'm talking about movies, and this paragraph is about my favorite movie where Neil is a ninja and he, does ninja stuff. And then I give you 3 reasons why. So as we expand our paragraphs, as we become better writers, your paragraphs will have more than 5 sentences. They might have 10 or 20, or there are paragraphs that have 100 sentences or more. And these are all related sentences. They are sentences that are similar in some way. So we have our topic, so we know what we're going to read about. We don't want to be surprised. We want to have an idea of where this is going. And then details are all connected. So those 3 details, the action scenes, the actors, and the cool cars, those are all 3 reasons why I like this movie. So the topic is, this is my favorite movie. The 3 sentences in the middle, the details are why, because. And then the last sentence is reinforcing that idea, saying, I've seen this 15 times. So you're thinking, wow, Josh really likes this ninja movie. That's kind of the structure. And then we expand as we go on and on and on. And if you expand so much with one of those ideas, like let's say I really go into detail about which cars I like in the movie, those can be their own paragraphs. So I'm talking about a 1969 Camaro that they use in this ninja movie for some reason. I'm making all this up right now if you can't tell. So that whole car, I like this car because it's a 2-door and it's fast and it's black in color with white stripes, and I remember a car like that when I was a kid, a toy. The details, when they expand into one area, they can become their own paragraphs. We were talking about note-taking last class. And I think Nora said something, or maybe I can't remember. Maybe Rosa was talking about mind mapping. One of our brilliant students was talking about mind mapping, but this is kind of what it can become. So I don't want you to look at the information, because I don't know what information is being covered here. But let's look at something simple here. Let's just look at this one. So here's one way to connect ideas, right? You have a central idea. This is maybe the topic of your essay, and then here's a paragraph, here's a paragraph, here's a paragraph. And sometimes your paragraphs are going to become multiple paragraphs. These could be sentences within one paragraph, or if there's enough information, they could become paragraphs of their own. It's just important that your ideas stay together so that your reader, whomever you are writing for, can understand your meaning, can understand your purpose for writing. So, going back to some of our great questions. I would say writing is the ability to write words together to obtain a sweet flow, like a river in her bed. Do you know what I mean? A sweet flow like a river in her bed. I like that a river is a woman. That's fun, right? The gender of a river. Yes, though. That's very poetic, French Leo. Writing should flow like a river. I agree. El Salvador, you appreciate my answer. You're welcome, of course. Please ask as many questions as you like. JB, Aaron, I'm not afraid of making mistakes in English. JB, you win the awesome award of the chat. Don't be afraid to make mistakes in English. Please make mistakes. I make mistakes every day in English. Every single day. If you go back in this video, you could probably find mistakes I'm making in my speech or pronunciation. We all make mistakes occasionally. It's important that we try to correct those mistakes, but even people who have spoken English their entire lives, even English teachers, believe it or not, can make mistakes and do make mistakes. I encourage my students to find my mistakes. If I write on the board or if I typed out a prompt for a paper, generally I try to check my own work and find my mistakes, but nobody is perfect. Not a single person is perfect. And if they say they are, well, I would challenge that because we all make mistakes. So yes, please, mistakes are awesome. I see them not as mistakes, like a negative thing, but as opportunities to improve, opportunities to learn, learning moments. That's what mistakes are. Okay, let's see. More great questions. You guys are wonderful. So, writing question. Knowledge is free. Josh, I'm having some difficulty in planning before writing. Any tips? Notes. So do you see the layout of this, Sarbajit? Point 1, support, details, analysis, support. This is called an outline. And maybe we should look at what an outline can look like. So presentation skills outline. This is going to look a lot like a writing outline, I think. Yes, okay. So a presentation outline and a writing outline are essentially the same. We have our introduction, a general statement, thesis statement and main points, and then body 1. This is actually from a presentation skills lesson in Smrt. We went over presentation skills before, but it's the same thing. Body 1 is like body paragraph 1. What is your, in a presentation, it's maybe a slide or a visual of some sort, but body 1 is the body paragraph, the first paragraph. So the basic essay in English is topic paragraph, so introduction paragraph, body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, body paragraph 3, and conclusion paragraph. So that's the 5-paragraph essay in English. Here it's a little simpler. We have just an introduction paragraph, 2 points, and then a conclusion, which includes our thesis statement. So we have an overarching idea, one big idea, and then we break it down into smaller supporting sentence is, and a thesis sentence, which is kind of like your purpose for writing. It is saying, here is my main point, the point I want to get across. So a thesis statement I like to describe to my students as the essence of a conversation, or the main focus or point of a conversation. Imagine this. Here's the situation, and I'm going to get big here for a minute because this is a cool story. You are trying to have a very important conversation with your friend about meeting up for lunch. And lunch is important, right? It's your nourishment, your food. So you're super excited, and you're discussing your favorite foods with your friend, but you guys are in different parts of the city. And you've not yet agreed where you're going to meet, what you're going to eat, and if you're going to bring water or juice or whatever. So there's all these questions that you guys are talking about, and you're texting back and forth on your phone. So you're most excited to have lunch with your friend. That's the most important thing, right? Meeting your friend for lunch. That is the most important goal, because you could eat your own lunch anywhere. It doesn't matter. But you want to meet your friend. So you're talking about all the details. What do you want to eat? Oh, well, I want sandwiches. I want pizza. I want soup. I want this. You're talking about what you're going to eat. Okay, well, we're gonna have rice and vegetables. So you decide what you're gonna eat. Now you're like, well, what are we gonna drink? But you realize as you're texting, your phone is going to die. You have no battery left. You have enough battery to send one last small sentence. What information are you gonna send to your friend before your battery dies? Probably where you're gonna meet, right? Where are you going to meet? Meet me at my house. Meet me at the school. Meet me at this location. Because if you don't get to connect with your friend, all these plans and what you're going to eat and what you're going to talk about and what you're going to do don't really matter, because you won't be able to connect, right? So the last sentence you choose to send your friend before your phone dies is that location. Meet me here. Do this. It's a call to action, right? You're saying, I need you to do this. This is the most important thing. That's your thesis. Your thesis is, here's the most important thing. Now, it's not always a call to action. It's not always telling someone to do something. Sometimes it is explaining how something works. Sometimes it is talking about why something is really important. But it's always the most important thought, the most important sentence of or paragraph of your essay. So that is what a thesis sentence is. So as you are making your outline, Sarbajit, this is how you can organize your ideas. You can also use a mind map like Rosa and suggested and I showed you earlier. That would be my suggestion, is create an outline. Don't use full sentences, just use notes like this. Single words, phrases, small phrases. Don't worry about grammar or punctuation in your outline. Just make sure you can understand it. It's your map, your plan. Have you ever seen blueprints? Building blueprints? So building blueprints, before you create a building, you make a design. Any engineers in the house? Anybody builders of things? Before you create a structure, you need a plan. Writing is the same. You are creating something. You're making something. So make a plan. Here's what your plan looks like for your outline. This is what your plan looks like. Here's what your plan looks like for a building. And here's what your plan looks like for an essay or a presentation. It's the same structure. Giving a presentation and writing an essay are basically the same skill, except one you put in writing, the other you speak. But you probably write down your presentation beforehand anyway, so you can practice. So it's essentially the same assignment. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Sarbajit. All right, Zaid is here. What's up? Nornor says, Rosa, what would you choose, linguistics or literature? You're going to find more work in linguistics, probably. Literature is really exciting, though. I know you didn't ask me, you asked Rosa, but I love both those topics very much, so thought I'd weigh in. Okay. Does reading help me improve writing? Yes. Zaid asks a great question, too. Does reading help me to improve writing? Yes, 100% yes. If you read more, you will become a better writer. Read good writing. If you need suggestions for good writing, let me know. I like reading fiction the most. Some people don't. They like reading nonfiction, true stories, real things. I like imaginative stories, or I don't know. I like a lot of different things, but read about topics you are interested in and you want to write about. So if you are interested in physics, read Stephen Hawking, read Brian Greene, read these physicists' work. If you're interested in zoology, read Darwin. If you're interested in, I don't know, if you're interested in comedy, read a book by Jim Carrey. If he wrote a book, I don't know if he wrote a book, but read. When you read, you see examples of good writing. Make sure it's good writing that you're reading. Don't just read Facebook messages and think it will make you a better writer. That's not how it works. Maybe, but probably not. So read more. That will help improve your writing. Zaid, thank you for asking that question. That's a great question. Talcha and French Leo are having their own little conversation there. It's fun. Just remember what you want to achieve through your main idea and supporting details. Leon, yes, absolutely. Leon Anderson is correct. Ali's applying to university. Congratulations, Ali. Very awesome. We're excited for you. Bharat is late for class. That's okay. You're here. We're happy you're here. Driss asks, what is the difference between a paragraph and a composition? Composition, or to compose, is just to create. So a composition is, English composition is English writing class. There are detailed branches of it, but a paragraph is a unit of length in writing. You could think of it as word, sentence, paragraph, essay, book, right? So if you publish a book, it's big. Writing a paragraph is, and it's an organized topic, right? A book, one book, is usually about one topic. And one paragraph is about one topic. One sentence is about one topic. One word is about one thing, right? One topic. So we organize English into chunks of ideas. A chunk, like a piece, a group. A chunk of an idea is how we organize English. So it's one word or one phrase which has meaning, or one paragraph which has meaning, or one book which has meaning. And so they just get longer and more complex. So composition is just like creation, creating something. Paragraph is a unit of structure, or a unit of meaning within a language like English. Where should I start reading? Great question. My chat is just going crazy, so I'm trying to get to everybody. Wow, okay, so I'm going to miss a few questions. You may have to ask again here. Similar in Portuguese. I'm a giant sitting behind a blood wall. So I guess, yeah, if it's this big green screen, maybe I'll switch up the color, do something different. When is it free to say slangs? Don't pluralize slang, Larissa. Slang is uncount. Don't count it. You can say slang words if you want to pluralize it, slang words, but not slangs. Many students say that. But when can you use them? Use them in conversation. Use them in spoken English, informal English, informal writing, text messages, Facebook messages, emails, things like that. You can use slang. You guys have great conversation topics. Some of them are even related to this class. Start by brainstorming an outline. That's right. Engineering jobs. We're talking about what a ninja is. Okay, I'm going to scroll to the bottom here. Can you walk us through the whole process of writing an essay? Yes. Arabic name. I don't read Arabic, so let me know what your name is. I love your question. I think it's great. Can you walk us through the process of writing an essay? Say we pick a random topic and start from scratch to a perfect essay. So we go through brainstorming structure together. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Is a paragraph and an essay different or the same? And they're different. A paragraph. So let's look at an essay really quick. And I love our Arabic student name. I love the question. I'm going to come back to it. We're going to look at the process, and I'm going to briefly go over, hey, here's how we start. Here's a topic. Here's our outline. We're going to build our essay. Ali. Okay, Ali. So that means Ali. There's a lot of words there. Probably means Ali something else. But yes, welcome, Ali, and great question. So let's first look at an essay. I want to see if we have an example essay here. These are all technical things that I can share with our premium subscribers, but it's how to choose the font, the outline, style, those kind of things. So let's choose one of these. This is speaking, but they give us good prompts, right? What is the most expensive item you've ever bought? Do you regret buying it? Why or why not? These are great speaking topics, but I want to take one of them and let's do an opinion. Opinion is a common form of essay. So these are speaking questions, but we're going to take one and look at an essay version of it. Some people think that high school students should work over the summer in order to build a sense of responsibility. Do you agree that this is a good idea? Why or why not? Let's choose this and let's create a document here, and we're going to kind of look at essay prompt and outline. Ooh, we might not have time to really do this, so I'm going to go super quick. So here's our prompt, and here's our outline. Okay, I'm going to just copy again from speaking this introduction outline. I'm going to change it just a little bit. So your prompt is what your teacher gives you. It's like a question or a statement, and they ask you, do you agree or not agree? Why or why not? So this is really common. So some people think high school students should work over the summer in order to build a sense of responsibility. Do you agree this is a good idea or not? So sometimes you will be forced to choose an opinion. Simply, your teacher will say, why is this a good idea? Or why is this not a good idea? They're forcing your opinion. And that will happen sometimes. If they ask you, sometimes you will have one idea. You'll think, no, students should not work over the summer. But then as you do research, you realize, oh wait, there's a lot of good reasons why this would be beneficial. So you will change your mind. So one bit of advice is, when you get a prompt, you're going to do some research, you're going to look into it, you're going to ask questions, search the internet, search the library, ask your family, ask your friends, what are your thoughts about this? You're going to collect all this information and where you got the information from. And then you're going to put it together and you're going to organize it with your thoughts. So as we go through this, as we learn these skills, we will come up with, I want to find another section of this. We will come up with our thoughts combined with things we learned to prove our point. So some people think high school students should work over the summer in order to build a sense of responsibility. Do you agree this is a good idea? Why or why not? So our general statement is high school students working over summer. These are my notes. This is my outline. I'm creating my outline, right? So what is my thesis statement? What is my main point? Here, I'm going to start with an opinion. I'm going to choose. And I want to make a point that sometimes this is actually the last paragraph you write. Sometimes your point one, which I'm going to change the color here. It's going to become important in a minute. And point two, make this, why not, green. So we have blue and green. Our introduction is our main topic. Okay, our essay topic. And here's what our topic is. High school students working in the summer. My thesis statement is going to be, it's a good or bad idea. So let's just choose one. Let's say good. It's a good idea. Okay, so point one and point two are going to be, why is it a good idea? One, responsibility. So responsibility, it teaches responsibility. Point two, it's a good idea because money. Working, you make money. So body paragraph one is going to be about responsibility, right? So this is going to come up again. This is essentially what your first body paragraph is about. Your topic of responsibility, your topic sentence, you can think of a general introduction to responsibility. Summer work teaches responsibility. Again, these are notes. So I'm just using our note symbols from last class, equal. So summer work equals responsibility, okay? Supporting sentences. So this is going to be more. So why, and why are the questions I'm going to answer. Why? Oops. Okay. It teaches responsibility. It's your schedule. So we're answering this question, why? Because of a schedule, because of following orders, following a boss's guidance, because what's another good reason? When you make your own money, you appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. What's another good reason, though? You have to follow a schedule. You have to follow guidance. What is also good about summer work? Interaction. Customers and coworkers. Okay, so you get practice. Now, a linking sentence is going to connect your first point and your second point. Your second point is money, right? So your second body paragraph is going to be about money. So point two is money. So again, topic sentence. Money will help a student. So your supporting sentences, again, just like this, you're going to answer why. You're answering this, right? And to answer why, we say because. So, and we're going to turn this into an essay next class, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. But why does money help a student? Money helps a student because save for college. It helps to maybe buy a car to get to school. It helps a student because they understand real life, right? Real life when we have to get a job. And then your conclusion, your thesis statement, you restate these 2 points and you create your thesis. So here's your homework, premium subscribers, since class is finished for today. If you understand this, if you understand the outline and the prompt, I'm going to share this with you. And I want you to make a copy of this document. And I would like you to try to write 3 paragraphs this week. Try to write your introduction on this topic. We're all going to write the same essay. And you're going to use my really quickly made outline. It's not a great outline. It's not perfect. It's not going to be the best essay ever, but it will be good organization practice. So I want you to take this document, make a copy, and you're going to do this. At the bottom, you're going to simply write your essay. So it will look like this. You'll start your first paragraph, which you're going to use this outline. High school students should work over the summer. It's a good idea because, so that's how you're going to start with a hook. We could start with a rhetorical question or sort of leading the idea. Many believe that high school students, that's a terrible way to start it. High school students working over the summer has many advantages as they grow and learn. Okay? So I make a strong opening statement here. We could also begin with a question. We could say something like, do you believe high school students should work over the summer? I just jumped right in and I stated my opinion here. High school students working over the summer has many advantages as they grow and learn. Working a summer job teaches responsibility in a number of ways. Students learn about, so what are our points again? Responsibility and money. Learn about key skills for key life skills and money management. Without a summer job, students risk valuable time to grow and improve as individuals. A summer job is so very important for high school students. Okay, so you can take this as your introduction essay or introduction paragraph to your essay, or you can write a better one. I'm sure you can write a better one. But this is your introduction essay, okay? I'm going to change the color here so you can clearly see that it is meant to be your introduction essay, okay? Part of your essay. So your job now is to write your body paragraph 1, which I'm going to change the color here to blue. So blue will be your body paragraph 1. And then body paragraph 2 will be green. So we're going to make body paragraph 1 blue, body paragraph 2 green. All right? So you can see the color change there. So I'd like you to write those. That's your homework for this week, is to write 2 paragraphs. You can also choose to rewrite the introduction paragraph because mine is pretty terrible. This, of course, is also part of your your introduction paragraph. But I don't want to change those colors because I want to show you that they correlate here to different parts of our outline. So this is our essay prompt and outline. Also homework for May 4th, 2017. So I'll send this out to our premium subscribers. You guys have this in the video too. If you guys want to try this and email me, let's get you set up as a premium subscriber. I'll send you your email to Zach, or if you're interested in just becoming one, Zach@smartenglish.com. Send him an email. Go to smartenglish.com/live/live. That will get you over to where you want to go also to get signed up if you're not. So, Smrt, I have checked some of our students' homework from last week. If I didn't get to yours, it's because I ran out of time. I've been in meetings all week, but I will get to that later today, probably in the next 2 hours, if I can get things started up at the college here. But I gotta go see our wonderful students that we have here in the school in person, say good morning, and get them ready for class. It's free for the first month, Sway, yeah, and of course you can always attend class for free too. But if you want my corrections, if you want my feedback for the homework for this week, sign up. The first month is free, so yes, it will be free for you. All right. Lots of great questions. Everyone's saying goodbye now. Thank you so much, everybody. I want to say everybody's name, but there's way too many people in the chat. But all of you, you know who you are. You're here every week. All of you that just showed up and it's your first class, welcome. This is a wonderful place to learn English, to practice listening skills, to practice your writing skills. You guys are great. Check out the other classes. Of course, we have the wonderful Abby, Sean, Neil, and of course this goofy guy. But check them all out. See what class is right for you and show up, learn English, practice, and we'll see you next time, okay? So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. You guys are lovely students. Keep practicing English. Learn 2 words every day, and I'll see you next week, next Thursday. So yes, have a great rest of your week and weekend. Here is a brief message from the wonderful Sean.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to our channel. Also, if you want the full experience of being a student in a Smrt Live class with things like homework and teacher feedback, follow the link and become a premium subscriber. Also, if you want to see more videos from this class, check out our playlist.